As they get a boat parade today. Look at that out there. Jealous. Tom Brady gets to party with his 7th Lombardi trophy, while in New England, the season went in the opposite direction, with Bill Belichick finishing with his worst record as Patriots head coach since 2000. But he still has a boat. So, Acho, does Brady winning the Super Bowl put pressure on Belichick to win another title?
No doubt about it, Sal. You don't get a second chance at a first impression.
What, you want the Head and Shoulders commercials?
Nah, I've been reading a book of Wileyisms. You don't get a second chance at a first impression.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's first impression away from Bill Belichick was, again, elite ultimate success.
You ain't lying there.
Bill Belichick's first impression away from Tom Brady was 7-9. It was terrible management as a general manager. It was lackluster management as a head coach. But I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go ahead to the second layer, because we ain't got all this time to talk about the nonsensical nonsense. Why, Sal, is nobody talking about the Patriots having the most opt-outs in the NFL? That's not coincidence. It's not coincidence that the Patriots had 8 opt-outs out of 53 players. Now, y'all do the math. 15% of the Patriots roster opted out. Now, if you want to enlarge that numbers to the 80 or 90 players that report to camp, that's still 10% of Patriots players said, man, I got to go play with Belichick. Nah, I'm going to just stay home with the wife and the kids. I'm going to just stay home with the old lady and the kids. Like 10 to 15% of the roster said, I'm Gucci, including captains. Marcellus, Dante Hightower, Patrick Chung, including Super Bowl champions and all-pro players, were like, wait a second, Belichick? Nah, I'm good. But what did a player who had already opted out from the entire league and Rob Gronkowski do? Oh, I can play with Brady? Count me in. We don't read enough into the fact of, it puts pressure on Belichick, because Brady got away from you and he won him one. Everybody else just trying to get away from you, not even for the chance of winning. I'd just rather stay at home than play with you. So, Sal, it puts an abundance of pressure that I'm not sure Bill Belichick can handle, because Brady already won one. So if Belichick wins one without Tom Brady, he's just equal. Now you got to surpass that. You got to win at least 2 to become greater than Brady.
Oh, man, this doesn't put any pressure on Bill Belichick. Let me just say this. They're running 2 completely different races.
On the same track?
They on the same track, like the 100 meters and the 3,000-meter steeplechase is on the same track, too. But, hey, when the 100 about to start, we all at the fence. We doing it. And when the 3,000, what we do? Parking lot, bathroom, snack stand. They still running and hopping and jumping in water. Bill Belichick is running the steeplechase. It's going to take a lot longer to see who wins his race. And that's what I want to give you, perspective and some patience. All those Patriot players that opted out, they weren't running from Bill Belichick as much as they were running from them bums they were going to have to play with. Think about it. We assess our team before the analysts assess our team. We know how good. Arthur, you've come up here before and gave a story about a coach who was like, we're going to run the tables. You were like, man, we're going to run and hide because we ain't got it this year. These dudes knew that this team was supposed to be sorry. They didn't even get a quarterback to July, bruh. And then they got Cam Newton, and Cam Newton wasn't exactly who Cam Newton should have been this year. 7-9 despite all of that. 4 close games that will make you 11-5. Belichick at his worst is 7-9 with 4 close ones. And when I say close ones, I mean to the 1-yard line. Hold your breath and bite your fingernails. So don't act like this is pressure on Bill Belichick. But since you want to act like that, now I got to come back at you, big dog. Listen to this nugget right here. There have been 5 quarterbacks to win a Super Bowl with multiple different head coaches. Did we think less of those other 4 head coaches? You tell me, did you think less of Bill Cowher when Ben Roethlisberger won another title with Mike Tomlin? Did you? Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. You better not, because I know Bill Cowher. I'm going to tell him. What about Bill Walsh? Respect. I know you're not going to go here. Montana said, I'm going to do that with Seifert, too. Nah. Bill Walsh is a bad coach now, the Acho. You ain't going to go there. What about Tony Dungy, the great? Oh, Peyton Manning did that with Gary Kubiak. You look at Dungy like, psh. Man, you crumb. What about Jimmy Johnson when he saw Aikman do it again with Barry Switzer? And in all those situations, except maybe Tomlin, I would say the second coach to win the Super Bowl is lesser than the first coach. But now, Acho wants to throw shade. Make it make sense,
I'm going to make it make sense, big dog.
Make it make sense.
I'm not going to run with the narrative that other people feed me. I can't get into the Bill Walsh argument as much as I can the Belichick argument, because full transparency, Your boy was born in the 90s.
Oh.
So I watched all the Belichick games.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I grew up
You watched all the
watching-
Jordan games, too. You brought that up last block.
I'm not going to sit here and try to go blow for blow with you when you was in the 60s. I'm not going to go blow
I'm the
for blow
reason you
with
on this
dog.
show in the first place. Black History Month. You better be respecting me, my old ass.
Now, look, Sal, what I will say is this, though.
What?
I can't necessarily remove the doubt in my head of what would have happened without Belichick. That's what had happened. When you talk about court cases, when you talk about anything, what is it? Reasonable doubt.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay,
Like, there's reasonable doubt.
Yeah, I'm
That's
down
where I'm
with
at.
you saying right
What's
now.
up with the reasonable doubt?
Not reasonable.
There's reasonable doubt of Tom Brady. Could you have won more without Belichick?
Boy, stop.
How can you not wonder?
Pick 199?
Sal,
Did you see his chest when he got drafted?
Sal, dude went to Tampa at 43 years of age with the head coach who had never won a chip, an OC who would never won a chip, only being OC for 3 years,
They were
with
loaded.
players coming out of retirement, with players in the midst of
Sick.
personal chaos,
sick.
and he won a chip at
is
43.
sick. It is
I don't
sick.
get. We would be taking something away from Tom Brady, in all seriousness.
Okay.
We would be taking something away from Tom Brady to assume he couldn't have done this with somebody else.
I get that.
Like, let's be real. We'd be taking something away from Brady, and I ain't gonna take that away.
Yeah, that was real. Don't try to pull at my heartstrings.
Coming up,
That was corny.
Russell Wilson.